Peace and blessed love. I want to talk about Fred Dibnah today. Fred Dibnah. Fred Dibnah? Who's Fred Dibnah? Fred Dibnah, the Bolton steeplejack. Proper Lancashire lad, like. Lancashire bloke. When I was a lad, from my neck of woods, used to... when I used to go to school, I used to see that you got loads of mill chimneys. I was taught right in Northern for this. There's loads of mill chimneys in Royton, Oldham, Rochdale. You were everywhere. You couldn't count them. I think I tried to count them. I've probably got near maybe 100 one time. I think I counted about 100 mill chimneys one time when I was about 12. They're all gone now, most of them. There's about 2 or 3 left. And you used to see tops of mill chimneys. You know, these mill chimneys are built out of Accrington brick. You know, a proper red Accrington brick. Not like that Ponce brick over there. And they were like 300-400 feet high, you know, pretty high up. Perfectly circular. High mill chimneys built in the Victorian times during the height of the cotton industry, when the northwest of England was the nerve centre of world cotton trade, you know. The height of the British Empire. And anyway, there was still a lot of these mills were still running even when I was a lad, you know. They were all dying off then, closing down. But even when I was 12, there was still a lot of them were still operating. Like up until the late 70s, early 80s. And you should see the tops of these chimneys. You get like, there'd be like scaffolding all wrapped around the top, you know, 300 feet high. And there'd be like ladders, wooden ladders, all tied together with ropes, going all the way up these vertical chimneys, like 300-400 feet high. And I was thinking to myself, you'd have to have a proper head for heights. You could see these little guys from the distance climbing up these ladders, you know, and I used to watch them from a distance. I think, oh my God, and they'd be up on top of these chimneys. They'd be either pointing it with cement or they'd be knocking the top off a bit, you know, they'd shorten them a little bit because the brickwork's getting all corroding away and that, and the cement and everything. So I used to see that and I'd wonder, and then one day I was at home and I was watching this programme. It's 1979, the actual year. I was 13. Give me age away now. And I was watching this programme. It's about Fred Dibnah, the life of a Bolton steeplejack. I mean, he one of his jobs. I mean, steeplejacks is an old trade. I mean, originally he used to do church spires and stuff. You know, high buildings. Either it's, you know, it could be like a town hall or a church or whatever. That's where the trade originated. They climb up the top of these towers, spires of churches mostly, you know, or town hall buildings or whatever, and they'd do jobs up there, you know. They might replace a few tiles or whatever, you know, or the lead work. Anyway, when the mills came into being, 1800s, the steeplejacks used to work on the mill chimneys and all, or the mill towers even. They're basically doing work high up. And Fred Dibnah was following an old tradition of steeplejack. Incorporated a lot of other work. I mean, and he's most famous for knocking chimneys down. But, you know, whereas most people, when they demolish a chimney, the chimney is no longer in use, and it's dangerous. You know, the brickwork's all corroding away. Then what would happen is they'd demolish it. They'd put a dynamite and blow it up, but he would never do that. He was a strictly into the Victorian technology, doing it the old-fashioned way, and he'd knock a big holes in the bottom of the chimney, stick a bunch of tyres and stuff under there. He'd support the hole with wooden supports. He'd stick a bunch of tyres under, set fire to it, put a bit of petrol on it, and then set fire to it and just wait for it to collapse, and then it just timber, and he could control it. He said there's a better way of controlling which way the chimney's going to fall. With dynamite, there's no way knowing exactly which way it's going to fall, and it was strictly the old traditional way. But I mean, he was most famous for doing that, but he used to go up top of chimneys and do that stuff on the scaffolding, and go top of church spires, maybe fix the weather cockerel or whatever, you know. And in his spare time, he was rebuilding an old steam traction engine, which you could ride on the road, you know. His wife was not that happy with him because he spent more time with his steam engine than he did with his wife, and they never went on holiday. So in the documentary, I don't know what happened, but they decided to go on holiday to Blackpool. But while he's in Blackpool, he's working. He's going up bloody. There's no mill chimneys in Blackpool. I don't think there was any cotton mills in Blackpool. It's a holiday time, but he did a few jobs on like some spires and some high buildings, you know, while on holiday. He just loved working. He's a proper northern working class bloke. He drunk like a fish and smoked like a chimney. And you've got to check out Fred Dibnah. There's loads of Fred Dibnahs on YouTube, you know. I'm just plugging Fred Dibnah on this particular recording, and he's one of my heroes, you know, proper working class hero and skillful to boot. And, you know, and on this namby-pamby health and safety bollocks either. You know, he'd have his flat cap on and his tweed jacket, and he'd climb up them ladders. No safety harness, nothing. You know, he'd climb up those ladders to the top of those chimneys, and then he'd be on top, he'd be knocking the chimney down a bit, by a few bricks or layers, or he'd be pointing it or whatever. And sometimes he'd be swinging on a rope when he's doing pointing on the work. He'd be swinging a rope from the top of the chimney, swinging around, and then he'd put a bit of cement in here and he'd put a bit of cement in there, and he's like swinging around. He's on this rope tied around his middle. Got no hard hat on. He's probably got hobnail boots on. I would imagine he's wearing hobnail boots. But no hard hat and no high vis on. Nowadays you'd have to wear high vis, and all these builders are like day glow men, you know, like the bright orange, and they all got hard hats on. But none of that. There was none of that palaver back then, you know. When I used to see them, and I don't know, I might have even seen Fred Dibnah, I was really gutted, you know, because he died in 2004. He died of lung cancer. Not surprising the amount of fags he used to smoke. I think he did pack in smoking actually, but it was too late, you know. When the first documentary of Fred Dibnah was on, he was actually 49 by that time, and that made him famous. And there was loads of documentaries. He even became a TV presenter, and he was really passionate about steam engines and trains and all that kind of stuff, you know. He even did a series about castles as well, you know, like they built castles and that. And really, really interesting, fascinating guy, fascinating bloke, proper northern salt of the earth, you know, bloke he was, you know. He died in 2004 along with John Peel, DJ extraordinaire, who John Peel was a Radio 1 DJ. He was mainly responsible for developing my taste for music, because he used to play anything. Basically John Peel, right, he used to play music that he liked, and always championed young bands, underground bands, which other DJs wouldn't bother with. Most DJs would just follow a script and they would just play what they're told to play. He would play what he wanted. I think the BBC wanted to sack John Peel, but because he was so popular, they just stuck him on at 10 o'clock at night, 10 till 12 from Monday to Thursday. And when I was 12 years old, instead of going to sleep like I should do, I used to, you know, put my headphones on and listen to John Peel, and play the punk and the reggae and all kinds of alternative music, you know. He'd play a whole range of stuff. He just played what he bloody well liked, you know. And it was John Peel that's actually another hero of mine. And he died the same year as Fred Dibnah, you know. It's a sad year, that was 2004. 2 years after my dad died in 2002. And also the same year in 2004, Yasser Arafat died as well, the head of the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organisation. So you had Yasser Arafat. Three heroes died that year. Yasser Arafat, the head of the Palestinian Liberation Organisation, you know, John Peel, and Fred Dibnah, all heroes, you know. It was a year of 3 heroes died that one year, you know. Back to Fred Dibnah though. I'll tell you what, it's amazing. And yeah, the last chimney demolished was the Sandy Mill, or Park Mill in Royton, which is literally a mile away, probably less than a mile from my mum's house. I actually went up to see my mum about 2 weeks later that particular year, and I missed it by 2 weeks, and that was his last ever chimney he'd done, you know. That's what he was famous for most, was knocking chimneys down. He hated knocking chimneys down because he loved Victorian structures and buildings, you know, but part of his job description, you know, if he was asked to knock a chimney down, he'd knock a chimney down. He knocked all the chimneys down in Shaw, town next door to Royton, and he probably knocked most of the chimneys down in Royton as well. He worked all over Lancashire. Sometimes he did jobs in Yorkshire, sometimes he'd go as far down as Leicester and places like that, you know, but mostly he's he's up north, you know. You drive around this like clap tight little van, you know, quite enjoying Frost and yours. Check out Fred Dibnah, you know, Fred Dibnah. This is a Fred Dibnah plug. I said in a previous video I'd talk about Fred Dibnah, so it's time to talk about Fred. Fred Dibnah, what a hero, man. And his first wife divorced him when he got famous. It was too much pressure, you know. He married again, you know. His second wife was very interested in his passion for steam engines, and obviously he'd made a bit of money by then as well, you know. Maybe that was an appeal, but yeah, I think he ended up having his second wife. He was happily married to his second wife. First wife wasn't too keen on him, really. He was too much into his work, you know. He was too much into his steam engines, and he was a proper character, you know. And one of the best ones, there's a couple of funny little anecdotes about Fred, is when he says, well, people kind of criticise me really, because, you know, I go at lunchtime, I generally have about 5 pints of beer, and they think I drink too much on the job, but, you know, you got to have something to steady your nerves, like, you know. So when you're going up top of those chimneys, you climb up a ladder like 400 feet up in there, and you know, you need to have a few pints to steady your nerves a bit, because it's a bit nerve-wracking, really, isn't it? And when you've, you know, the night before, when you've had about 10 pints the night before, I mean, at morning time you got the shakes, so you need to have a few pints at lunchtime just to get rid of the shakes, like, you know. And there's another one where he's at top of chimney. He says, well, you know, sometimes, you know, you need to empty your bladder, like, you have to relieve yourself, but you can't really go all the way down to bottom of chimney to relieve your bladder. So you just got to do it at top of chimney, like. And I got complaints sometimes from people in a field nearby. There's a perfectly blue sky, but when I'm letting me straight in my greens, like, you know, someone come up to me and said, I just thought it was raining, but then I realised it was you at top of chimney, you know. And, you know, but what can you do, you know, and he's like, the view, you've got amazing views up there as well. He's always talking about the views you get up there. He said it's nice and peaked, no total head for heights. There he is with his flat cap on, no hard hat, just chilling out on the top of mill chimney, 400 feet up and down, a fag, you know. You know, it's hard to light a fag up here. Wind's blowing a bit strong, like, you know. I mean, it's going to blow me off, isn't it, like, you know. But, you know, I mean, lighting a fag, it's a bit of a challenge, really. Check out Fred Dibnah. Fred Dibnah's a man, yeah. Peace and blessed love.